If you will hold your breath, and then when you can't hold your breath anymore, raise your hand, and then I'll tell you why. Start now, please. 911, what's your emergency? I got a house on fire. Transfer you to the fire department. Fire department, what's your emergency? The house next door to me is on fire. What's your address? Well, I don't know the address that's next to my house. What's your address? 2715 X Street. 2715 X Street. Anybody know what district 2715 X Street's in? So they shuffle around, they start hitting the stations. Doot, house on fire. 2715 X Street. We go to the apparatus, put our quick hitches on, breathing, put our quick hitches on, put our coat on, climb in the truck, ask the EO, you know where we're going? I know where we're going. Now the guy's got to drive. The guy's got to drive to X Street. See how many hands are going up? So we get to X Street, we do a 360. We've come to this safety culture now. We're doing a 360. A lot of departments are not geared up by the time they get there. So they got to take a few seconds to get geared up. Doing my 360, I give this ungodly report of what's going on. So I get this ungodly report of what's going on, then I go to work. I got to stretch an inch and 3/4. I got to find a way in, right? Got to find a way in, we got to ventilate. We start crawling around in a house, and I think most everybody in here is breathing now, correct? Little kids are dying when we're not on our game.
And I truly, truly believe, and I've said it, before, that I believe we should be leaving the survivability profiling up to God, and we should be doing the search profiling. Like, we should eliminate survivability profiling from our language, from our books, from our training, from our talk. There is no place for it. There is no room for it. We should be doing the search profiling.
Remember, the needs of others ahead of ourselves. This is not about our risk. This is about the benefit we provide to our citizens. Our mindset and our mission must be that 10 times a day, the benefit of a trained, equipped, and willing firefighter gives an unprotected civilian a chance at surviving a residential fire. Firefighters don't just reduce loss. We are much more powerful than that. Firefighters save. We hear a lot about database decision-making today. I think we are capable of much more than that. Why would we set out just to make more informed decisions when we have the opportunity and the ability to use our data to validate faith? Many civilian fire deaths occur with no interior firefighters or even organized fire services available. If we aren't there, we don't have the chance to make a difference. A rescue, by definition, means there was a victim in harm's way and a fully equipped, trained, and willing firefighter present, committed to using themselves as an intervention between threat and hope. Citizen safety has been correlated, but lives saved can be counted. The idea that making a rescue is just doing the job has not been doing the job. Making a rescue is the ultimate demonstration of us getting the job done. If it isn't us who reports it, records it, and displays it, who will? I don't think our value can be correlated. I know unequivocally that our value can be quantified. This picture shows that our citizens believe we will be there to save them when they need us. Our work, when reported and counted, proves that we are. I believe this. I trust we can do it, knowing that we are closer than ever to using metrics that match our mission brings me great hope.
How profound is it that in our day-to-day job, we're in situations where we are in these intense, unbelievable moments for these people, and whether it's to be there with them when they pass, or whether it's to even make that difference to where they have a little bit more time with family and friends, it's truly a blessing.
You can take it for what it's worth. I don't care if I offend you. There are people that are dead, civilians in this country that we put in body bags. They're underground 6 feet because the fire department fucked up and the first do-rig laid a line or the second do-rig laid a line, and it was 10 or 15 minutes before we did a search because they were consumed with a static sustained water supply because they couldn't calculate the National Fire Academy flow or the Iowa formula flow or just basic common sense. We got 1,000 gallons between 2 rigs and we got a bedroom on fire. We got a kitchen on fire. I mean, shit. What a water can do when you got 400 of them. I mean, just use some common sense.
It's very simple. Our public expects us to show up when they call us and put the fire out and rescue them, help them. That's it.
Wow.
That's all they're looking for. And it's not rocket fucking science.
Right. It's not mind blown. It's
no.
not.
And it's like, that's it. It's very simplistic. And like most everything, we are the ones that have overcomplicated it, right? That is, in a nutshell, what the public expects from us.
And I'm honored to be a fireman. My whole life, I've never done anything other than a family person as a fireman. I love every second of it. You too. You know, Kurt Isaacson says a lot, we're the 1%ers. And whenever we walked around down there and I see you guys, we are that 1%. But that 1% can take the fire department back. And I strongly believe that.
It is belief. It is trust. It is hope. Faith doesn't just reduce loss. Faith saves. The public places their faith in us, that we exist to save them. That is not pressure. It is power.
It's also the little things to get set. Are you pre-tightening your mask straps? Are you pre-taping everything? Make it so that you only have to pull one mask strap when you go to get masked up. If you're already slow at masking up, this is going to take back time. You're going to give them more time. Like I said, it's not your right to be shitty at your job and take away time from them. Setting up your gear. Set up your gear outside of the engine. Again, we're not going to get into the discussion of clean cabs or where they fit in the fire service here, but the cold hard fact is, if you are storing your gear in a compartment, you're increasing steps just to get out the door. Earlier this morning, Chief Mo Davis wanted us to hold our breath while he talked to us about a couple things. I can't imagine holding my breath just for someone to get their stuff on. Set your gear so you can get on fast. Set your mask up.
Don't worry about that nozzle, kid, because we don't do fires anymore. The firefighter and his nozzle will continue to be the difference between life and death for literally thousands of Americans threatened by fire every year. We are firefighters. We should be proud of that fact. My dear brothers and sisters, keep making those hallways, stay low, stay safe.
The expectation is not everybody goes home.
Right.
When I was at the Rock in the FDNY, my drill instructor looked around at me and our class and said, look around. In 20 years, when you're all eligible to retire, not everybody is going to be here. You won't be here. You're taking an oath for something bigger than yourself, even a supreme sacrifice. And again, it's got to be ingrained in us, indoctrinated into us from the very beginning and maintained throughout the entirety. You do your military career with that, right? You imagine, I say, our military, if they were told everyone goes home, everyone goes home.
My desire to be a fireman started when I was a little child, before anything else. That's all I ever wanted to do. Put something inside me that said I wanted to be a fireman. That was the only direction I had in life, to be a fireman.
Water application has to happen at every fire because there's a fire problem if we are getting called to a house fire. Our mindset should be default aggressive. Now that doesn't mean that you should be Leroy Jenkins through the front door with no mindset or thought to what you're doing. What default aggressive means to me is you're someone who conveys precision, someone who has been well trained, and who acts with assertiveness. The people who call you want you to be default aggressive. They need confident firemen. They need people to go find them. They don't need people to start exterior water application when their expectation of you is to go inside and find them. Last I checked in America, most people take up occupancy inside the homes. They're generally not living in the front yard of their houses if they own a house. So they probably want you on the inside of that house. Survivability profiling is an interesting thing to me. I don't think it holds a lot of validity at all, especially in the engine company setting. We have the solution to increase survivability profiles. It's water, okay? We should have no right to say that nobody can survive in there when we have water in the tank and we have hoses on the truck. If our open line creates survivable space, there's no need to do the survivability profiling thing. Okay? Let's take back the space. We'll create our own survivability profiling. I'm gonna put every ounce of fire out and assume that I could find somebody tucked away in a closet, a bathroom, maybe a pocket inside the house under the stairs that we didn't take into consideration. So establish your mindset. Do it right by those 606. Do it right by Loretta. So the next time that there's somebody trapped inside, the engine goes to work for them, for her.
This is what we signed up to do. We do it every day. We do it with pride. We do it with joy. We're here to help the community, and we're happy to do it. It's another day in the office for us here. It's our job. It's our life. So are we heroes? Some might say so. But to us, it's a job, and we love doing it. We do it with passion, and we come here every day to do it with a smile on our face.
We've been given the opportunity to serve. In the midst of our sacrifice and suffering to make ourselves better, our crews better, and our departments better, it's because we have a responsibility to be the best, to be competent, and to work with honor and character. Our calling is high, and we're among a small group that knowingly volunteers to sacrifice and hope that our preparation leads to skill and action that allows us the privilege to execute. To execute so that we can buy someone's grandfather the opportunity to celebrate another birthday. So that we can buy someone's grandmother the chance to cook and host Thanksgiving meal one more time. So that we can buy that dad the opportunity to walk his daughter down the aisle. So that we can buy that woman the opportunity to be a mom to her kids and see them grow up. And so we can buy these kids the chance to wake up and innocently enjoy playing with their neighborhood friends. We go to fires not for the firefight, but to protect and remove the people. We go to EMS calls not just to execute tasks, but to save their lives. And if we're in the people business and we're going to be given these opportunities, then how dare us be anything but the best?